Awesome. Thank you so much for having me today. I come from small business, and I started a business, grew a business, turned it into one of the largest regional businesses, vertically integrated. And when you are a business owner, you somehow get into other businesses that are related along the way. And it's different when you actually create that business by yourself, or do it yourself as a business owner. And so the title of my talk would be Vision and Substance, because every business owner knows you can have a lot of vision. Like, that's the difference between business and people who are just in government, is if you have vision but no substance and you're a business, you're broke, right? You have to actually deliver results. So what I would talk about, and that's both vision and substance. And the vision for Rhode Island is first providing world-class education to all students, no matter their zip code. This is an economic issue as well as a civil rights issue. And I said I will be the education governor. It's deeply personal to me, and we need to actually get education reform done. That is a long-term plan for the future of our state that we need to really make sure that we deliver for the future of business, for the future of children. And then in the short term, we need to have public school choice, because you cannot trap children in failing school. It's unacceptable. We also need to invest more in technical training and professional training. I know in business I ran operating rooms. I was always at the technical schools waiting for graduation to try to recruit those students, and I was always competing against the hospitals, and there were never enough surgical technologists. And the reality was I couldn't open operating rooms, not because I didn't have the business, but because I didn't have the technically trained staff. And it was terrible because I wanted to grow. So we must invest in education. The other thing we need to do is we need to be more competitive. And so this is the vision, and then I'll talk about the other parts. By being more competitive, what we will be is we will be a state that is welcoming to small business, which means reducing regulation and reducing the tax burden. The other thing, and so what that means in business, is instead of having a government that comes in a way that is punitive, it's a government that is helpful to small business. I have never received a phone call or a notice from the state government and not had that moment of like, oh, what happened now? And that is sort of the feeling of a small business owner, which is what is the problem? And we really need to change that approach towards business, and it really takes the proper sort of leadership to understand what it is like to be helpful in government rather than punitive, because I believe that small businesses in general and small business owners want to follow the rules, but they need to understand what the rules are, and they need to have clear guidance. And so if you take that philosophy that small business owners are not there to do it, they want to follow the rules, they want to be compliant, they just want to grow and have government get out of the way and not make it difficult for them to grow and be in business, because it is hard enough owning a business. So the other thing is we would have leveraged our assets. We have everything in this state. We have interstates, railway, international airport, deep water ports, 400 miles of coastline. I mean, this state is just so lucky in terms of the natural assets and resources that we have. We must use them. I've done business in a bunch of other states, and no other state is as blessed as this state. And having a leader that understands it, loves it, and says, hey, we have everything here, let's use it, will be very, very helpful. And that leads into the other portion, which is that we need to lead in something. And that is what I would like to be talking a lot about in that TED Talk, which is how we use education and technical training to start leading in the blue economy and investing in education at our public universities. Because, you know, the reality is that Massachusetts has biopharma, Connecticut has insurance, New York has finance. In Rhode Island, everyone in the world should think of Rhode Island and think of the blue economy. And that's what I would like to be speaking about in that TED Talk, is how we were able to enable entrepreneurship, enable business, use the education system to create high-paying jobs, and then lead in the blue economy. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kalis.